Defense Secretary James Mattis says the mission in Niger that ended in the deaths of 4 U.S. Army sergeants is still under investigation. Jeremiah Johnson, Brian Black, Dustin Wright, and LaDavid Johnson were not expecting enemy contact when they were attacked early this month. The Americans were ambushed by a group of about 50 fighters affiliated with ISIS. Senate Armed Services Committee members want more information. They may use a subpoena to get it. David Martin is at the Pentagon. David, good morning.
Good morning. This started out as a low-risk patrol, the 30th of its kind, to meet with local village leaders, but it has turned into one of the most controversial military operations of the Trump administration.
The loss of our troops is under investigation.
As the Pentagon probes the death of 4 American soldiers killed in Niger, members of Congress are now also calling for their own investigation.
We are co-equal branches of government. We should be informed at all times.
Pentagon officials say an American reconnaissance aircraft was in the air but not watching over the patrol. It was only called in after the ambush started. 3 soldiers were killed and a 4th, Sergeant LaDavid Johnson, was missing. Officials believed he was still somewhere on the battlefield. For several hours, they tracked a locator beacon that became intermittent and finally faded out. By the time they found him 2 days later, he was dead, raising the awful possibility an American soldier had been left behind. It's a possibility the Pentagon's Lieutenant General Kenneth McKenzie flatly rejected.
No one was left behind. Either U.S., our partner Nigerian forces, or French forces were on the ground actively searching for this soldier.
According to Defense Secretary Mattis, the first reinforcements to arrive were French aircraft 30 minutes after the ambush was reported.
The French response included armed fighter aircraft, armed helicopter gunships, medevac helo that lifted out our wounded.
The first American aircraft to arrive was an unarmed helicopter sent to recover the bodies of the American soldiers. It was operated by a U.S. contractor hired to provide support for American troops operating in Niger. There are about 800 troops, American troops, in Niger. That may sound like a lot, except Niger is a country the size of Texas. They're there on a counterterrorism mission, and as Secretary Mattis said yesterday, in that kind of mission, every patrol, even one on which no contact is expected, carries a risk. Gayle?
We saw that. Thank you very much, David.